Today we will learn about how to start using build control app. First, go to project 1. It is by default created project, and it is also a kind of a residential kind of a project wing. So if you are a infra developer, then just click on this add project and create the new project according to your requirements. Here in project type, you have to select the type of a project, like it is a residential type of project, commercial, and if you are an infra developer, you have to select the other type of a project. So at the time of selecting the other type of a project, like I am selecting one other type of a project. So it will create another project into my system with a option of a create location. So it is a different, so you can create the different kind of a projects in our system. Now I will move to the project one. If you want to rename the project, click on the pencil icon at the top right corner. Here you have to write down your project name, like Harmony Heights. You have to select the start date and the completion date of this project, like it is a expected completion date or something. So you have to do that. You have to add the project address, so it will going to reflect other things. If you have already added the contractors or the suppliers into the master, so you can directly select them from here. Otherwise, right now I just have to update the project's details and click on the update. So this is how you have to set up the all the projects that are currently ongoing into in your scenarios. Now I will make you learn how to add master data into the system. Go to the master records. In master records you will find a different libraries. So first you have to go to the add designation and you have to create the role. We by default give some of the roles like admin, accountant, and project manager, site engineer, site supervisor, and storekeepers with their permissions. If you want to modify their permission, you can just click on them. You have to click on the edit. By click on the edit, you can modify their permission or their role permission. Okay, here are all the permissions that you can give to this role. Now after defining the role, and just click on save. If you want to create the new designation, just click on the add new. You can also modify the permissions for this all of this roles permission. We didn't give any of the permission to these roles, only this icon defined here will have going to have a permissions. Okay, now you have to goes to the add team members for adding all of your team members. What is team members? So team members are basically your team, like site engineers, site supervisors, and whoever will going to use the build control application. Now for adding the new team member, click on the add new. Here you have to write down the name of the your team member, like I am adding as a Mukherjee. I have to select the role for this designation. I am adding as a site engineer. I am adding the sample for a mobile number here. Click, you have to write down that person's email ID so that that person can also uh, log in with that email ID also. Okay, now click on go to project list. Here you are giving permission of that project to that person. Okay, so that person is linked with any of the project, you have to click on this that project and click on go to team member permissions. Here I have selected the predefined role, so all the permission related to that role is came with that permission. If I want to give like if I want to modify this permission, I can do that. Otherwise just click on the save and that member will going to add. Now if I want to share the meeting link, like joining link with that person, then I have to click on this share icon, and you can share that with a WhatsApp or however you want to like. Otherwise, that person needs to download the build control app into his mobile, and after installing the application, they have to log in with directly this mobile number that you have provided here. So that person will going to join, and this status will going to be removed as, and that person will going to join your organization here, and he will going to able to see whatever the permissions you have given to them. So this is how you will going to add the team members. Now you have to click on the add departments. Departments are basically works that are assigned to your subcontractors. So we have already given you all the libraries of the department. Just click on the add department from library. You have to select the departments which are related to your work. So if you are into the real estate, so most of these works are going to be useful for you. So this department will going to be useful at the time of creating the contractors. I'm just selecting all and click on the add department. So all the departments will going to be into your library. If you want to create the new department, then you can also do that by click on the add. So here you just have to write down the new department name and click on the save, so that department will going to be add into the system. Now go to the add contractor. So I will make you learn how to add the contractors, like it is your subcontractors who will going to be work for you, like RCC contractor, machinery contractor. So I will make you learn how to add the contractors. Click on the add new. Write down that contractor's name, like Ramulal Mulchand is my contractor, and he is the contractor of RCC and machinery work. So machinery and plaster will going to be assigned to this contractor. So he is doing two type of work in my side. You can assign multiple departments to any of the persons. You can also add other details if you want. You can also attach the quotation if you have finalized this contractor, and if you want to store the data, then you can also attach his quotation here. Now you can also assign the different project to the specific contractor. So if I have given the RCC and machinery work to this person in only the Harmony Heights, then this person will not going to view in the road of a Maria project. Okay, and just click on the save. So this is how you will going to add the contractor. The same way you have to add the suppliers. For that, click on the add new, write down the supplier name, me enterprise. So he is my supplier, and you can also add other details like the person's name, email ID, mobile number, GST number, and PAN number. So these details will going to be useful into the at the time of creating the purchase order. You can also add some of the quotations if this supplier has provided you for your documentation purpose. Same way you have to select the project in which this supplier is supplying you the material. Click on the save, and the suppliers will going to be added. Here one new thing is added into the system, like if you want to add the full supplier list from the excel, so you have to just click on this 9 dots at the bottom right corner. You have to export one excel sheet in which you will going to fill up all the suppliers details, and after that you have to import that feature, import that sheet into the system, so all the suppliers will going to be created into the system. So this is also the new way for creating the suppliers. Same way you can do that into the add contractors also. By click on these 9 dots, you can export the sample contractor list, and after that, filling up all the data into that Excel, you have to import that Excel into the system, and all the contractors will going to be created into the system. So this is basic setup you have to do at the first time whenever you are using the application. You have to add the equipments if you are using the equipment management also. So whatever the equipments you are using as a rented equipment, so if you are hiring some equipments, click on the rented equipment. For adding the new equipment, click on the add new. You have to write down the equipment name, contractor name. If I have one JCB which is provided by also this contractor, and you can also add the equipment number so you can differentiate which equipment was working today. Here you have to add the rate per hour. If you want to add the rate, you can do that, like 700 rupees per hour. Fuel type is diesel. These all are the optional thing. If you want to add, then you can do that. Okay, and click on the save, and this is how you will going to create the rented equipment. The same way, if you have your own equipments like a bolero, tractor or something, then you can add that into the company owned equipment. We have provided you a one demo JCB, but if you want to create, just click on the add new, and you will going to find all you can create any of the new equipments. Some other libraries are also here, like your material library, your vendor library, common development and amenities. That are also basic setup things. Like first of all, you have to create some materials. So for that, click on this add materials. In add materials, click on the add new for adding the new material or creating the new material. So here you have to write down the material name like cement, and the specification is a 53 grade. Measurement unit I am adding as a bag, and you can also categorize this material. Here if you want to add the rate detail also, you can do that. You can also add the minimum stock to maintain. So below of this stock, your our system will going to notify you that this material is getting low at this project. So you can not get out of the saltage. If these materials get salted, then this quantity. So this will be also the useful feature. As click on save, the new material is going to be created. If you want to import all the material list, click on this 9 dots at the bottom right corner. Click on the material list export, and after filling up all the details, you have to import that list. Keep in mind, first of all, you have to create some material categories if you have different categories than our system has provided. So first of all, for creating the new categories, you have to click on this add new plus and write down the category name. After that, you have to export the material sample file from this material list. Click on this 9 dot, click on this material list export, and after that you have to copy paste your all of the material list from your Excel sheet and import that sheet into the systems. Okay, so this is how you will going to set up the materials into the system. Now for the next part, I will going to explain how you can add some other things like amenities and common development. For common developments, we have also given you a library for all of the common developments. You have to click on the add common development from library and select what are the common developments that are available at your site. If you want to create the new common development, click on the add new and create your own common development also. So you can do as customization as you want. Same way the amenities will going to be work out. Vendor and labor I will explain into the attendance management. So I am just keeping that right now. the labor categories and measurement units and all the things that are basic libraries for the projects. So you can just change this measurement unit, or you can add new measurement units. You can also turn off the already provided measurement units from the system. So this is how you will going to set up the master records. Now I will explain you how you will going to set up the projects. So first of all, creating the new project I have already explained by click on the add project. Now go to the specific project. Here first of all you have to create the wing for creating the location into the system. So for that you have to click on the create wing. By click on the create wing, you will find the add new option at the top right corner. You have to select the type of a project. Maybe your project is a bungalow type of a project, like bungalow scheme, or maybe it can be the residential building also. So I am just assuming your project, this my project is kind of a residential project. I am adding the name of a wing, like wing A, because there are two blocks. I am adding the floors, like if there are a 12-story building. For the start number is like a first number of a house at the first floor. So the first number is my 101. I am clicking on the number of units per floor. So for number of units per floor, it will you have to define like how many of units, like how many of houses are available on each floor. So I am just adding as a 4. I am also adding the two basement floors and click on this go to unit list. So our system will going to create the whole building into the build control application. You can also modify this system, like if you want to rename this unit you can do that. If you want to add the specific unit for the specific floor you can do that. If you want to rename the any of the floor you can also do that. So it is totally a customizable wing, and this wing will going to be useful in each and every corner of the application. So you have to create this wing at the starting of the project. So this is how you will going to set up the wings. Okay, now this is how your setup will going to be looks like. Now for other things we will going to be step by step procedure, and now your setup of the all the build control application is completed. Thank you. Have a good day.